What is up, everybody? It's your girl Juju, the Master Manifestor, and I am back with another video. All right, my client is already here. How you doing? How you feeling? All right, give me just a second, and I'm gonna finish setting up. I'm doing good. What color do you want for the LED light? Right now I have blue. I can do dark blue, light blue, pink, green, orange, yellow, or red. Hey, Resilience. All right, you guys, so my client, she wants to know, so we're going to call her dad, and we're going to see, is there a specific reason he's recently exposed her to his side of the family? And also I added the question, should she feel rejected? Which I already know what he's going to say, but we're still going to see. I think it's been a minute since we spoke with him, right? There's no time to lose. Resilience, not you making a request. This is her reading. I'm cracking up. Okay, my client said green. It's Resilience talking about some blue, please. Okay, let's do green. Okay, that's green. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I see you say you tried to change your name on there. So I'm gonna shuffle the music. Okay. So the music definitely switched up. I know. I'm just messing with you too. But remind me once we do your next reading to change the lights up. I've been forgetting to ask people lately. All right. So I'm not gonna drag this too long. I think these are only decks I'm gonna use. I'll use my other deck too. Mysteries of the Universe Oracle. pray over her cards. We're going to get straight into it. The music got real ghetto real quick. I had shuffled it twice. Make sure y'all like this video for me before we get started. Alright, let's get into it. I forgot to write his name down. So let me check real quick. So let me check really quick because I forgot to write his name down. All right. So we're going to be calling on Mr. Henry Wiley, which is her birth father. And just a little background. She wasn't raised around her birth father, so recently she's been introduced to his side of the family, her birth dad's side of the family. So she wants to know basically how her energy should be. There's not like really a specific question, but based on what was bothering her, I went ahead and worded the question based on what I think will get us the best response or the most clear response. So my question is there a specific reason he's recently exposed her to his side of the family, and should she feel rejected? Okay. All right, you ready? Thank y'all for liking this video. You got your notes and stuff out? Just checking. I gotta pull the video up on my business phone and then we'll get right into it. All right, my client said she's ready. She got her book open and her pen. Okay, got it pulled up. there a particular reason why you recently exposed your daughter to your side of the family?
Discover the amazing difference at one of our Amazing Spaces locations. Each of our
Song switched up real quick. Take some deep breaths. Okay, what's going on? All right, Mr. Henry, let us know. Is there a reason why you recently exposed your daughter to your side of the family? Like, is that a specific, is that something with you? Like, is that something specific you've done? Air element, breath. I literally just told you to take deep breaths because I was feeling like you was holding your breath. So he already screaming. So the music is so loud. Like it switched up so quick. So the first thing he's acknowledging his wrongdoing, which I already heard this before the reading started. It's so crazy. But he wants to reiterate like all of this is his fault. Like he doesn't want you to feel like any of this is your burden to carry. It's really not. You know what I'm saying? Like you've lived your life and I feel like this point of your life he's like emphasizing this isn't about anybody else. So when you're going into it, don't think about it like you're that little girl. Think about it like you're a grown woman with her shit together. You created your own life, you created your own family. Okay? So go into it whole and complete. Because what I'm hearing is it's like this is something that possibly could be a little triggering for you. Um, but he's basically like putting all the emphasis back on himself, okay? So it's not your burden to carry, okay? Next card you get is performer, actor. So I feel like he's orchestrating all of this. Like this is something he's doing and he's definitely around you at this point in your life for sure. I feel like just looking at just kind of reading the energy of kind of what he's giving me, it's more of like what are you saying, spirit? It's kind of giving me like play your role. Okay, play your role. Um so what I would say is this. You're the child, he's the parent. Your other family members, still you're the child. So even though you're a grown woman, you're still a child. It's like in this sense with this situation, you're still a child. So don't step outside of that. Don't feel like you gotta reach. Don't feel like you gotta go out your way. But I do feel like he wants you to be vocal about the things that you want. So if it's something specific that you want, you know, now that you've met your family, I think you should be vocal about that. But also, excuse me, also stay grounded in your energy. She said, I was holding my breath. Yeah, I literally felt that. And that's why I said take a deep breath. But he's that's just a confirmation that he's tapped into your energy. Very much so tapped into your energy because you got the air card that says breath. Okay? But he is sad though. He feels like you should have got a chance to be around them, like family. I feel like you need to kind of speak to him at this point because last time we spoke to him, you were at the beginning of your journey. It's like you've grown so much since then. So Dad, you said play. She needs to play her role. Okay, so give me insights into what that means. I damn don't know which deck to use. Let me see. Yeah, and I think so. My client said he's always sad when I talk to him. So I think with the nature of the situation and the circumstances, it's kind of hard for him not to be sad. So you'll have to remind me, like in the last reading that I did, you said that he came through sad. So was it something specific he was saying, or was it something specific? Um, because I can't remember off the top of my head, but I do feel like he just feel like it's kind of like he's mourning your youth. Like he saw, like he's seeing now that he's deceased. He's seeing your childhood. He's seeing your upbringing, and he just feels like he could have did so much more. Like now that he knows, he feels like he could have done so much more. So I feel like that's why he has like a sense of sadness about it. But the music is definitely saying he's crying and all of these different emotions. Dad, why are you saying you're crying? Bully at school, talk to kids, deceased speaking. So he feels like in your childhood you got bullied. So it might not have been by kids, but he's basically saying like, you know how I just said he saw everything. So I'm gonna assume he's talking about your stepdad. Um, he looks at that as bullying. He feels like this person, maybe just the treatment or the experience that you had of a father was kind of like a person with an overly masculine complex, somebody who doesn't give me like warm and loving. It just gives me somebody that's kind of like, I'm seeing oil and water. Oil and water don't mix. So I'm kind of seeing that, and it's like trying to come together, but it's not coming together. So I feel like for dad, he's basically trying to help you understand that that was a part of your life. That's something that you had to overcome. But you have to let your story pretty much make. What is he saying? You have to let your story. Damn, what is he saying? Okay, so he's saying you have to let your story and pretty much like the hard times, you have to let that stuff motivate you to create a better family dynamic for yourself, okay? So that's interesting. She said that is so true about the bullying with my dad. So with her stepdad, she said that's true. So yeah, he's bringing it up, and I think that's what hurts him, like, cause he's like my baby girl, and it's like I can't remember what he said last time, because I'm sure I asked him like why was he not around. I remember him saying he was around. You were just too young to remember. Like I remember him saying he was coming up to the school and stuff like that, like watching you and stuff, from his car. I do remember that. So, Dad, so is that the only reason you're sad? I feel like that's the only reason he's sad is just because it's kind of like he's stuck on the past. But, so Dad, so he said play your role. So I feel like he pieced and orchestrated pretty much you joining the family Facebook. Okay, so he did have something to do with that. So Dad, what was your reasoning behind adding her, getting her in that group? Native American. Um, he's speaking on dreams. Got two dream cards. So he is basically saying like he's already answering the question that I haven't even asked yet. So, so you know how I was gonna ask, should you feel rejected? So basically, he's saying like you tend to have like a poverty mindset. So he's not talking about money, but what he's emphasizing is like sometimes you don't feel, and we've even talked about this before, just with the mentorship. Like we've discussed this. It's like a sense of feeling like you don't want to ask for more because you don't want to be greedy, or you don't want to be a person that's not appreciative of what they have. That's a poverty and that's a lack mindset. The idea that there are limited resources, the idea that there's limited abundance for you. Abundance isn't just money. Abundance is so many things. Abundance is family. Abundance is Having a roof over your head, that could be a form of abundance. It's all about how you look at what abundance is. Um, but the reason he wants you to connect is because you have Native American ancestry. So I have told you this before, right? But you have to be connected with this family because of your heritage. Like, you have a very, very rich heritage, and it's things that they're going to be posting in there that you need to be like privy of. Like, he's using words like privy. I don't use words like that. So he's saying like it's things you need to be aware of that's going on. It could be events, it could be them posting, casually posting pictures from previous events. Those are going to be pictures with ancestors in it. You know, you might see pictures of your dad in there. You might see pictures of, intermediate family that is connected to him. So that's the reason he wants you in there. So it's not your place to be picking up the energy of others. Like, you're in child mode right now. Like, you need to focus on connecting with family as if you were 15. You're going around your dad's side of the family. Act like that. Like, seriously. Like, don't take it so serious. Pretty much is what he's saying. Okay? She said he's absolutely right. Yep, Native American ancestry. Yep, so I thought so. So yes, you are Native American. Um, let's see. So yeah, on this card here it says warning: manifesting lack and financial limitations. No lack, no lack, obstacles, poverty mindset. So again, seeing obstacles, it's like creating obstacles. It just like just take things for what they are. It's kind of what I'm getting from it, you know. She said I was on there looking at the pics they posted. I almost sent one to you. So what did you see? Did you see like people, like, was it older pictures they were posting? Because that's what he's saying. Like, you're gonna see a lot of, if you even look through, he's like, there's a wealth of knowledge just in the group. Like, he's like, you're worried about connecting with them, but you got to understand the whole point of this journey is to connect with your ancestry. So you have to know who these people are. You got to know who great grandma is. You got to know who great grandpa is, great great grandpa, great grandma. Like, this is stuff that you need to be like taking your notes, putting their first and last name, because you got to understand you're doing a family tree. It's question marks on his side. So it's like this group is a way for you to like connect. And if you can find you one good person in the group, you can figure out a lot of information. You can kind of piece two and two together because you're not going to know like who this person is and how they're connected to this person. So if you can get you some notes, take you some notes of like the family members that you do recognize, and it's somebody that presents themselves and wants to help you. I think that would be good. If you can find you like one good friend, is what I'm picking up. I'm picking up like a cousin or something like that that would help you. So this wouldn't be somebody you know. Spirit, you're speaking on somebody that's gonna help her. So let me ask. Let me turn the music back on. Let's see, is there somebody specifically in the group he wants you to connect with? And then we can go from there. And actually, I'm gonna see if I can get a name, and then we can also, you know, because once you get a name, you can just search the name in the search bar, see who comes up. So, Spirit, is there somebody in the family group that she can connect with, or somebody you want her to connect with so she can get more information about her family? Yeah, look at this. So it's going to be a lot of women. Okay, you know how I said you need to be in that like child energy? Like, be a child? Look at this. 6 of Cups. So there's like I'm getting like a great grandmother, a great, what is it, a great great? He's telling me a great grandmother. There's somebody that's like watching over you, somebody that favors you, and even though you weren't around, this is somebody that always like mentally included you. Like, maybe this person had a photo of you or something like that up in their house or something like that, even though you weren't there. This is somebody that really like included you, but they passed on. So right now I'm seeing you at like a table. There's drinks. Look at this little bottle. It looks like, hold on. This little bottle looks like this. Hold on, let me flash this light. She said there were older pics, but the one that I was stuck on was a huge pic of all of them. So yeah, and he's also saying too he wants you in the photos. So you don't have to know all 300 people to be in a photo. And he's also encouraging you the next event go. So if it's the family reunion, go. Even if you feel out of place, but he is saying that there's somebody that you can connect with. So this grandmother, she's basically saying it's like a cousin. So this will be somebody like either intermediate. So I would list out on paper your dad's siblings. So do you know his siblings? Because if you know his siblings, you can kind of pinpoint their children. But this will be a cousin, okay? I'm seeing a cousin. One, two, three. So this would be three women. I'm getting a what's the name you're telling me? Like a Brandy. This could be spelled with the I or a Y, either or. Brandy. What's the other name you're telling me? Daisy. Brandy, Daisy. Y'all hear? Wait. Do you hear the music? Ask her what her name is, bro. Listen to the song. It says, ask her what her name is. Start the conversation. What? That gave me chills, bro. Wait. That gave me chills. And that put tears in my eyes. So you don't even have to dig. But you're supposed to use the group as like a resource. Like, I wish when I was building my family tree, like we had our family group chat. Well, it's not a group chat, it's like a Facebook group. But that didn't start till long after I was on my journey. So if I would have had that, I would have seen way much more. I would have had more family pictures. I would have had more names. I feel like when you're on this journey, it's like it's certain things that just mean so much to you. Like that you never knew would mean a lot. Like I feel like family means so much once you're on this journey. Once you find this path, like you start connecting with those ancestors, you start to understand those are family members. They're just the deceased family members. They're going to encourage you to connect with the living family members. They are. That's just what they're going to do because they essentially they want to see the family together. She said his wife's name is Daisy. Whose wife? Wait a minute. Your dad's wife? Whoa. So you need to be reaching out to her. Is she alive? Because I feel like that could even be this one right here. If it's not the great grandmother. What the fuck? She said that's his wife's name. Shut up. Dude, are you serious right now? Before she could leave, I walked over and said hello. If y'all can see my freaking face right now. This is wild. But yeah, family means so much. And I think it's like when you can go through this path and you start to discover yourself, you start to look at yourself differently, you start to look at your parents differently, you start to look at your grandparents differently. You know, as we're getting older, it's like you have a deeper appreciation for connecting. And so being in a photo might seem so silly to some people, but being in a photo, that's you being documented within the family. That's you documenting your history. So even when they're out there taking pictures, make sure you get a copy. Make sure you take pictures with, you know, if it's these cousins, if it's Miss Daisy, my real daddy's wife. No, she's deceased. Whoa, so this must be her. So she must have been the one that had you in the family pictures. Like maybe had the picture at the house. That's interesting. That's the name that he gave me. So those are the two names that I got. So it was Daisy and what else did I say? Daisy. I forgot the other name I said. Literally, I'm zoned out. That's crazy. That gave me chills. Make sure y'all like this video for me. Pretty please. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So cousins, so he's showing me cousins. Like I'm getting like first cousins. So this could be people you're already Facebook friends with, or this could be people that you already know of. Like you might not have to really dig deep. You know what I'm saying? Like this is just he's telling you like you're a part of the family. It's just I feel like ooh, ouch. I feel like mom's side of the family, I can't remember, you have to fill me in what we discussed last reading, but was it mom's side that was keeping you away? Because I'm not seeing dad's side trying to keep you away. I'm not seeing that at all. I'm seeing it comes from mom. Brandy. That's right. Okay, so Brandy and Daisy is what I got. So let me see, is there anybody else who wants to help? Look, I grabbed these cards and look at the card that was on the top. Father, authority. Okay. So I know you're taking your notes or whatever. So, all right, Dad, is there anybody else that you want her to connect with through the group? Let me see. What would you like her to do now that she's in that group? What do you want her to be focused on? So I am seeing you guys together eating. I see innocent. Look, purity. So I was literally just telling you this. You're an innocent child right now. That's the role that you're playing. So you don't need to be playing these BS games with people. You know, if they're acting funny, act funny back. Like, just don't talk to them. Like, you don't have to talk to them. There's 300 people in there. You can connect with one person. That's a win. It's not about how many people you can connect with. It's about who you can connect with, because all it takes is one person to change the situation and to make you feel informed. You know, it's a lot, I'm telling you, it's a lot of older ladies out here sitting on family history. They don't have no cousins calling, asking for information. They don't have grandchildren asking for information. So you connecting with them, they probably sitting on all types of information, family stories, oral history, might be things that belong to your dad that they have or that they know of. Like, this group should be like, it's like a way in for you. Look at this. So the two cards came out, and it's these two cards. I put this card back in the deck. Oh my gosh. Are we not spot on? Dude. She said, yeah, it was my mom's side keeping me away. So yeah, that's definitely what I see, and that's what Dad was saying. But he's basically saying, because what was I? It was something I was about to say. I forgot what point I was making with that, but I think you were taking your notes, so you'll know. Let me see. So I am seeing the family reunion, though. I am seeing you going to the family reunion. I see like a tea party kind of style thing. It doesn't have to be a tea party, but it's definitely eating. I see eating, and then it's crazy because the song said, what did the song say? Me, I got a plate. No, it said you ain't hungry yet. Me, I got a plate. So I was seeing you kind of like, it's crazy because I was seeing you. You're like sitting at this table, and it's kind of like you're sitting there quiet, like, and they're like, you want something to eat? And you like, no, I'm not hungry. It's just kind of like a sense of like standoffishness. So Dad is basically showing me this because he's basically saying like you need to go into this with like a childlike innocence, and he is saying that you have like a pure heart. Like, that's why animals like you. That's why people gravitate towards you. That's why, because you have a pure heart. But he's saying like you can't let certain situations that's happened in your childhood keep you from something that's yours. And a lot of times when people are under spiritual attack, one of the things that negative entities will come after is your family. They'll come after your mind. They'll come after the things that you know. Like, your dad has already told you that you're loved. Your dad has already told you that, you're divine and you're favored and all of this stuff. But it's like, if you're under spiritual attack, or you're having certain thoughts that aren't your own thoughts, that could make you feel like, this isn't your family, or you don't belong, or this isn't for you. Those types of intrusive negative thoughts that are not your own, you got to be mindful of that, okay? You got to really pay attention to that type of stuff. But I do feel like something wants you to not feel apart. And it's not people, it's not the family, it's not that. It's something I would just say take a spiritual bath. Just take you a spiritual bath and pray and just ask God, ask your positive ancestors to not and it's so crazy because I had to do this morning with something I was dealing with, but I literally cried. I had like a breakdown and I'm like, I know for a fact this ain't my thoughts. It ain't. And I'm gonna be clear on that. Like this ain't even how I think. This is not even how I am. So, you got to be firm with that type of stuff. You know how I always tell you guys be firm with spirits. Be firm. Like you can't be, oh, no, no, no. Like you got to be very direct and very like vocal about what it is that you want and even what it is that you don't want. So that goes back to this card here. Okay. So let me see. Spirit, is there anybody else that you want her to connect with in this group? Anybody else that you want her to connect with in this group? What did I ask? My question before this was, is there, what was I asking? What was I asking before this? Oh, I was asking what is the reason of you being in the group? What should your energy be? Look at this. Master Ancestor DNA. Adaptation. So this card didn't fall out, but as I was fixing the cards, it was kind of poking out, so it kind of like wanted to come out. So this goes back to what I was saying about the ancestral, the DNA. Spirit, what else do you want her to accomplish while being in this group? So back to what how that part I was talking about, the what the song was saying, me I got a plate. So how I was just saying I saw you basically like sitting there like being timid and not hopping up, knowing you hungry, go get you a plate, like just being comfortable being at home. Like that's the energy you got to have. You can't go in it like being so self-conscious about every single thing, or why they looking at me like that, or why are they acting like that? They ain't acting like nothing. They just I mean, they just there. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know these people, you haven't really been around them like that, you can take everything to heart. Okay? You can take everything to heart. But this ain't that. Okay? So that's what he's saying. Like, even if somebody is acting a certain type of way, it'll be one thing that triggers you. One person saying something. Like, this is all hypothetical, but let's say somebody like, dang, she getting another plate or she getting something else. That'll be the one thing that will send you over the edge, and you be like, I don't want to fool with them. I don't want to be around them. And so he's basically saying, don't go into it having that energy or having a protective wall up, because you're supposed to go into it having a childlike innocence. So just take, and I feel like that this energy right here is the energy you have to manifest anyways. Like you have to have a childlike imagination. Like kids, they'll talk about imaginary friends. They'll talk about certain things like as if it's real, and it's like adults need to be like this. This is manifesting. This is the power of the tongue. You got to speak the things that you want. But of course, as we get older, we get harder. We build up walls because we know that that might not be realistic, or we'll think, oh, that I can't do that. That's not for me. I can't. Like we'll come up with so many different excuses as to why we can't do something, and it's just like kids don't do that. So that's basically what this card is talking about. Like just having an innocence about you. That innocence will take you far. And I would even say just playing dumb. Like even if somebody's acting a certain type of way, just act like it doesn't matter, because it doesn't. We can't let people stand in the way of us connecting, especially if this is a blessing that was sent from your dad. Like he wants you to be able to feel a part. And how cool would that be to like go into a new year, let's say 2024? How cool would it be to like actually be in contact with his side of the family, or connected with people that can actually give you real information about your dad. I know you knew him, but like people that have his keepsakes and people that have stories to tell about him and good things to say about him, like how cool would that be? How cool would it be to be connected to this family to where you can call them and just, hey, what you up to, and just have that type of relationship. So don't get in your head is what I'm getting. Don't get in your head. I feel like dad, he's done a lot. He's done a lot to make this happen for you to even like be in that group. So he doesn't want you to be so triggered and so fragile when it comes to connecting with them, okay? She said, I will take a spiritual bath, spot on. Resilient says spirit is spot on. That's the truth. I'm trying to make sure my video. My client says spirit is all over this, right? Resilience. I have to get myself in a place where I believe I belong there. So what you gotta understand, so with this card, Master DNA, Master Ancestor DNA, it's a part of you. It's not something you have to feel comfortable. Like these people are you, not you, but these people, they're more like, but I'm not gonna say every person's gonna have similarities with you, but these are your people. So the best thing you can do is to not go into it thinking like so reactively. Go into it for the experience of being around your family. Those are things you never got to experience as a child. So go into it for those experiences and do it for you. You're not doing it for your dad. Do it for you. Do it for your inner child so you can have those memories, those experiences. You don't want to be walking around, you know what I'm saying, as a grown woman having the mindset or feeling like you don't belong in your own family. Like that just don't sound right. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't sound right. So it's not right. And that's not how you should think. So I feel like once you do your spiritual bath, what you want to do is write out on paper and affirm. You can script or whatever, but just write certain things that you're letting go of, and then like write an affirmation statement that's gonna like counteract the negative thought. So if the negative thought is I don't belong, your new affirmation or your new thought can be I come from a master ancestor DNA. I come from a rich heritage. I belong. I belong. This is my family. This is my blood. Nothing can keep me from this. So that's just kind of that's like my recommendation of what you should do. Let me see. So let me ask Dad, how can you feel more? And this will be our last question, and we'll close out. How can you feel more a part of the family? Play the music. Oh, look, the next song, hilarious. It's called "Hair Down" by Sir, featuring Kendrick Lamar. She said, I look at them and see myself. There's so many of them that I look alike, so I know it's me in my head. Yeah, it's definitely you in your head. Because just being around them, you will be able to absorb so much of abundance. And that's what, how he was talking about abundance and poverty mindset. That's what you're going to miss out on by being in your head. That's the abundance. The abundance is being around family. Like, that is so, it's kind of like an underrated thing, but it's like, that's going to make you feel so whole and complete. It's like you have a missing piece in your heart, but it's like you being around these people, you interacting with these people, not saying it's going to be perfect, but you being around these people is going to fill that hole. I'm seeing like a darkness, like a patch, like a chunk that's ripped out your heart, and it's like doing these things is going to help you heal. It's going to help you heal. The heart chakra is what I'm hearing. The heart chakra is green, so you have green here, green here. I'm seeing a lot of green and blue. So green and blue, throat chakra, heart chakra. Okay. You got water here. This is Dad with the water. So I don't know what his zodiac sign is, but I know you're a Cancer. But this is you. Like you're gonna be so giddy and so happy. The song is saying, "Baby, I'm just trying to let my hair down." Yeah, they're gonna be watching you. I can't find a reason I should care now. Like, do you hear this? So this literally confirms every single thing I just got through saying. Dude, like, this is crazy. This is so crazy. It's like only thing standing in your way is you at this point. Okay? That's the only thing. Like, I feel like with this family reunion, it's gonna be like around a lot of greenery because I'm seeing like different areas set up. There could even be water nearby. But what you need to make sure you do when you do go to the family reunion, I'm gonna assume it's where the family like is. So how far away? Do you know how far it's? I think you said it's gonna be in Georgia, but how far away is this from you? Because you need to take some like keepsakes with you. So of course you need to get you some photos, but it's something else. So it might be somebody might give you some dishes, like some china, fine china dishes or something. Um, I'm seeing on his dad card it's like a sailboat. So I'm feeling like it's gonna be like some knickknacks they're gonna send you with. That's just gonna like make you feel so good. Like you're just gonna feel so good. Like just having a piece of something that belongs to your dad or either just belong to the family. Okay. So last question I'm gonna see. Is there anybody else that you can connect with? All right, Dad. Is there anybody else that you want her to connect with within the group, family group? Dad, is there anybody? Fluctuation, tension. I feel like that side of the family loves to party and turn up. Let's see. Got anybody else you want her to connect with in the group? Here, a spirit child is attached to you. What's going on? What's too many cards? Okay. She said, I'm not sure about the location right now, but they did a cruise this year. You just said boat. Wow. Water. Water. So dad would definitely be present with them when they did that. She said, I so needed this. I didn't realize how much. Yeah, this was good. This was good. I couldn't get a response with the last question. So I heard Daisy. I heard Brandy. I'm seeing a boy as well, like a um. Who's this boy I'm seeing? It's not a little boy, but he's like appearing like a little boy. That's how dad is showing me him. But I feel like he's probably an adult now, but he is younger. He's saying his name is like Caleb or something like that. Caleb or Calib. Caleb. I'm hearing like a Christian, but it could be with a K. So I would say try those names, check the group, and what you can do is you can add them as a friend. Of course, they'll see that you're part of that group, and you can just send them a message because that's what he's recommending. You send individual messages. If they don't reply, they just don't reply. It's okay. I sent so many messages out to family members when I was working on my family tree. Straight crickets. So, like, am I walking around with that on my heart? No. Do I give a fuck? No, because that didn't stop anything. Like, I still stayed on my path. I still got all the information that I needed. I still had all the resources that I needed. So that doesn't bother me. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing that you need to be internalizing. Like, it's not, it's deep, but it ain't that deep. You know what I'm saying? But this does let you know that you could be walking around with your guard up. Definitely guarding your heart because the heart chakra came up. Heart chakra. And then you got the throat chakra, which is basically saying you need to be more vocal about what you want. So I would say You need to do like a, well, actually, we got the road opener coming up, so maybe you can add something to that petition. I'll allow you to resubmit that for sure. Um, but if it's something you want to add or whatever about the family reunion that's coming up, I think that's a good idea. You know, just being able to connect, because the road opener ritual is for like breakthroughs, like just breaking through barriers for your roads being open. So that's exactly what I feel like you should do. Okay? I would say speak on a tea party, because I am seeing you with these ladies. It's three ladies and it's you. I'm seeing a dog. This could be, I feel like this is Miss Daisy here, the lady. So this could be people that she was like, you know, her family, not saying her family, but like intermediate to her. I know she was a step parent. So this could be, you don't have siblings, do you, on your dad's side? Because if it's not siblings, I see cousins. But these are women. So they don't have to be all first cousins. So yeah, I'm seeing the girls, and I'm seeing, and even pay attention to this. So you know how I was saying that the cousin, I'm seeing him like a little boy. So this could have been somebody that your dad was close to. So this could definitely be a cousin. So like your dad would be their uncle. So make sure you write that down. So a cousin through your dad. So he would know him as uncle, okay? Your dad used to play with him, like he was like around him, okay? So this is somebody that can help you. Caleb or Christian. And then you've already said, I said Daisy and Brandy, and then she was like, oh my God, that was my dad's wife. Her name was Daisy. So wow, that's just so crazy. He gave me that name, and that's freaking her. Like what? That still gave me chills. She said, yes, I have brothers and sisters. Wait a minute. So how many siblings do you have? And are y'all on speaking terms? Or is it kind of like maybe estranged a little bit? Because who are the three sisters? Are these your sisters? You have three sisters? So this could be either sisters or cousins. Either way. Let me see what other names I'm getting, because I did get one name for the cousin or sister. Um, I'm hearing like a Gail or a Gala, Gail or Gala. So Gayle or Gayla. And then I'm hearing, they're showing me like an Antonio or what is it? Antonio or Antoinette. Okay, so and something and something. Wow, she said I'm in contact with all the boys. There are four of them and three sisters I haven't met yet. Wait a fucking minute, cause not the three and you, the three sisters and you. I I just listen. Let me see if I can figure out, cause I don't have any cousin cards. But I really want to know, and I feel like that's for you to discover. So you just have to update me and let me know, like, were these cousins, were these sisters, but whatever it is, I see this tea party, and I do see your mom, your stepmom. She's like watching over you guys. And the reason I knew that this was a deceased spirit is because I've done a reading before where I got this card, and I was talking to a young man about, because he got the reading, he wanted to speak to his mom, and so this card had came out, and I was talking to him about like she's bringing up the siblings, like she's bringing up like, are you guys not close anymore? Are you guys? And he pretty much started explaining to me like they had been having problems, they hadn't been as close as they used to be, and it's been like that for a while ever since she passed away. So I definitely know that this would be like a deceased either parent or like grandparent, some type of parent. See what I'm saying? She said, yep, three sisters. So this is just all the more reason. Like, you have And I'm assuming that they grew up around him. So maybe you should look more into that and like connect more with the people that you know, but also connect more with people in the group. And you can't force it. Like when it comes to siblings, you cannot force it. So he doesn't want you to force it. He just wants you to at least reach out and, you know, um like he's saying like play your role, but he's saying like stay in a child's place. So I don't know if you're like the youngest or younger, but you can ask your older siblings. I would just say ask your older siblings, okay? But he answered every question. He even asked, should you feel rejected? Absolutely not. Nobody can make you inferior unless you let them, okay? But this was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I forgot to reply to somebody that came in here. Let me see. Hey, Fun Love and Alex. She said, hey, some tailor made for you kind of shit. So I definitely keep you updated. Definitely do. Because I feel like it probably won't take long to pop off. But if you know you got the family reunion coming up the next year, you can even bring your own family. Like bring your husband, bring your kids. Like it's their family too. And I feel like if you do that, you won't be alone. But I feel like there are ways for you to connect with other people. Maybe the first time should be alone, but if you feel nervous or you feel apprehensive, you always can fall back on your family. So I want you to like remember that. Like stay in a child's place, but don't be in that childhood trauma. Don't be in that energy to where you feeling like you don't belong. Like that's crazy, you know? It's not crazy in your mind, but it's crazy in my mind and with your dad too. But it's okay. Because at the end of the day, our perspective changes our reality. So when you can change your perspective, everything else around you can change. But if you have your mind set on something, that's what's gonna show up because that's what you believe. That's law of attraction. Whatever you believe is what's gonna show up. So we just gotta be more mindful of our thoughts and more mindful of, our traumas. Sometimes our traumas do get the best of us. Definitely gives us a distorted reality. She said, I love this. I'm glad. I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and follow me on TikTok. Anything else? Oh, and if you want to book a personal reading, www.mastermanifestor888readings.com. This is Judy the Master Manifester, and I am out.